Hello. We're making this hard on you guys.
Yes.
But I'm Derek.
I'm Steven.
Welcome to our Lawn Chair Pilots podcast. I'm putting my arm in his screen. That's going to be a thing.
Yeah, that's going to be it.
All right. So welcome.
All right.
We're staring at each other,
This
and you
is-
guys can see
This
us.
is
My hand
crazy.
may be... The screen turns itself off on the GoPro.
Yes,
That's
it does.
fine, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can still see it. We have 3 cameras today.
It's not at all jumbled at all.
No. Anyway, before we jump into something really cool, we wanted to swap it up a little bit and change out how we're doing this because Derek has a thing for editing, and so
Apparently, I want to just tear my hair out because it's not thin enough already.
I don't know. Remember,
So-
you can always put us both up together on either
Yeah.
side too. So
Yeah, I may do that.
and
We'll
then
see.
you can zoom this thing up.
Get all 3 views. Ooh,
You can do that.
because that won't be
It's not actually that hard.
seizure-inducing.
No.
Oh, no, it'll be easy. Just whether or not it won't kill our viewers.
In case any of you want to know.
Yeah, we've got everything on tripod, so hopefully we get steady shots.
Yeah. This is going to be super fun, super crazy. So I think the
Let's-
first thing we're going to jump into is
Let's jump into it. So,
this little box.
as you
right
guys
here.
know, rcbattery.com is our sponsor. Richard came to us and asked, he's like, are you guys in need of anything? And we said, yeah, we'll throw in a list of a few things. And then he also said, I've got something for Steven as well. So we got another sponsor care package. Thank you, rcbattery.com.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
Go check them out. They've got a bunch of things. I don't actually know what they're spelled. I think all of their specials are out right now. They don't have any specials right now, but
No, but they've got they've just got in, so 5S batteries just released. They just released a line of airsoft LiPo batteries. Those are pretty sweet. Sorry. Okay, let's foam.
foam.
First off, this is mine. It's a
Okay.
4mm banana clip pins to a XT30 charge adapter for my charger because that's what I run.
There's 2 of these. What are these?
Yes. So these are voltage meters. I asked for 2 of them. I have one already. Hold on.
Just throw that on the ground.
Yep, I'm back. So I asked for 2 more because I want a second one, and you need one.
I do.
It's so you in the field you plug this into the lead,
Uh-huh.
the balance lead, and it'll read off the total voltage and individual voltage of every cell. Indispensable. And if you can plug it into the balance lead and fly your model with it, and it'll beep at you when the voltage of every of individual cells drop to a critical point that you set on this. I'll show you how to do that.
That's okay. That's really awesome. But
Yeah.
the receivers that I currently have already
Can do that
this.
as well. Oh yeah.
But this is freaking awesome. I have actually wanted one of these because I've seen yours.
It's nice to be able
But,
to just quickly check on
Yeah,
the field.
I
So
haven't been doing that.
if you want to, now this is a terrible view because I put it back in the bag.
Yeah. I mean, you have 3 choices.
My camera doesn't want to focus on it, so we're just going to run with it. But yeah, it's this just little LED screen with a buzzer alarm and pins to check up to an 8S battery.
Is this what I think it is? Is that a
We'll read it. 500.
500 3S 25
That's going to be yours for the
Yes.
Tiny Trainer,
for the tiny trainer. Yep.
which is perfect.
Yes, this is
I have one of these that I fly my APAC motor and stuff on.
that's upside down. So I'm actually super excited to get out.
Go ahead and show it to the
Yeah, I
GoPro
did already.
because this one is more just of an overall view.
Okay.
So there's that. That is yours.
Yes. That is super awesome. I'm excited to put that in my tiny trainer.
All right. Up next, we have ourselves a 2200 3S 25C. This was mine.
Yes.
We have a 1300 4S 65C. This is going in the quad.
Yes.
We have a 1600 4S 75C, also for my quad. You asked for bigger than 2200. He delivered.
These are the 5000 3S. And I think there's 2 of them.
This is a 1500 5S.
Oh, that's only the 1500.
Oh, this one's also mine.
That one's yours. This is the 5000 one. This is the one I wanted.
What are you going to put? Oh, that's for the tiny train, or that's for the slow stick.
Yes, that's literally the slow stick.
And this is the special gift for Steven, the ISDT D2 smart charger.
I am super excited to get this and start testing on it with all the rest of my batteries. I have loved the IDSN that I already have, or ISDT that I already have. It has been awesome, but it's more of a field charger. I mean, I've been using it at home, and it's been working great. I love the test features. I have been putting these batteries to all kinds of, not like field testing, but just putting them on my charger and storage
Just
up,
cycling
storage
them.
down, just going through them all. So I'm super excited to throw this in. Oh my gosh, this is so awesome. So
1500 5S.
oh, it's a Liperior.
It's a Liperior Pro.
Whoa.
So this is their top line batteries.
Yes. Is that what this one is too?
No, this is the only Liperior. Oh, yours is a Liperior. Ooh, I thought this was the only one.
You're not just as.
But this is a chunky battery.
Oh
my word.
gosh. Look at how nice that is. Oh, I'm so excited. This has got the bigger plug on it, so I'm going to have to put some adapters.
What sort of plug is it? Oh, that's the XT90.
Yeah, it's the 90. So, yeah, that's about normal.
So that's what the 1500 5S looks like on my quad frame.
You're probably going to turn that sideways, actually. You might actually fly it like that. Yeah, actually like that.
What's funny is this will leave no room for the GoPro.
You'll figure it out.
There's a huge battery.
You could. We'll figure that out. We'll get something.
yeah.
We'll get something.
But
figured out.
so the 1600 4S, this one here, this is going to be more. Yeah. Another Liperior Pro.
Oh my
Ooh,
gosh.
shoot.
How many Liperiors did we get?
Well, they're all Liperiors. See, that's
Sorry.
the right size.
Liperior Pro. There you go. That's the one. You can put that other one on there, but
This one makes more sense.
yes, definitely. And that's the 1600.
Yeah, that's the 1600 4S.
Yeah. The other one was a 5S, right?
1500 5S. Both running XT60s for the connectors. And then 1300 4S. This is going to be a good small size. Okay, this is a regular Liperior.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. That looks.
I'm excited to test the difference between the Pro and the regular Liperiors.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I wish I knew what the difference was, like an actual stated difference. No stickers this time, but that's okay. We got stickers for the first time.
Yeah, I got
Ooh,
stickers.
you got ASDT stickers.
Yeah, I got
There you
stickers.
go.
You did.
That's cool. Yeah. And then another 2200 25C. Perfect. So that'll be good for flying my simple series flight test planes.
So
Dude, that's huge.
this is
So the nice thing about this one is it has a power adapter built into it, or a power supply built into it, unlike the other one, which required a power supply.
yes. Well, because the other one is like it's more of a field charger. Yeah, I put an adapter on it, but I could take the 6S's that we got, and I could use those to charge my smaller batteries.
Does that have what size is the port on it? Is that an XT60?
XT60.
Okay.
So
But
I have
he's-
to get converters.
Yes, but we have
Oh,
we have plugs. No, that's
oh,
the
that's
power
the
plug.
that's the power plug.
But we have XT90 and XT60 plugs,
Yes.
so we can make our own connectors.
Yes, you can. Yes, I'm not worried about that because we did bring. We did get some plugs.
Yeah.
That see,
So, but Richard sent you that so that you can charge these.
so I can charge those
yes.
because right now
And
I can't charge those.
This is the 6000 6S 65C. That thing is just huge.
Yeah, but I can
No, but
use that
I
to
could
charge.
charge them. Yeah,
So,
I'd be able to charge them. I just haven't because
yeah.
I've been doing other things.
We have 2 of those, right?
Yes, we have a 5000 and a 6000.
Yeah. So those are. I'm excited to actually get those out there. So this was pretty awesome.
Whee!
I'm like, it's gonna be a little while before I'll be able to get some good reviews on these. Um, this is gonna be
You know
sick.
what I'm excited for?
It's gonna be sick on my slow stick.
These 4S batteries, I'm going to stick inside like my Flitetest Simple Series planes.
Yeah.
Because they're small enough, they'll fit.
Yeah.
They're heavy enough, like weight-wise, they're about the same as the 2200.
3S.
Yeah, the 2200 3S. But I will be able to take the 4S and just like really rip it
Oh.
for less time, but so much faster.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like it'll be great. Like when you get out there and you just want to just.
Well, I'm building a P. So I've got that P40 that I've got halfway cut out.
Oh yeah.
Once I get that finished, putting one of these in there, and
I would like to see you put that big guy on your drone when you get it done, because that's easy. And then you and Rob go out and race.
No, so I've actually talked to Rob what I want to do. So that quad,
Bring it back out. Yeah.
so the quad's been, it was, Nate designed it as to be a freestyle quad. It's supposed to be a racing frame, but what I want to do with it is use it as a cinematic quad.
So you got to put some.
So I'll put the FPV camera on it, I'll put my GoPro on it, and then I want to be able to chase other people as they're flying
Okay.
and get good video.
Yeah.
So I'm not necessarily wanting to race. I'm not necessarily wanting to do all the flippy doos and tricks and stuff. I want to fly.
Well, that's when you get like I've got a DJI.
Well, I could spend $1,000 on a DJI,
Yeah.
or I could spend like max $300. If I were to have bought this myself, max $300.
Plus, you have to
on a
code it because you want stabilization built in.
Yeah, but that's easy to do.
So
That's easy to do.
I'm just saying, my DJI flies itself. I love flying it.
Yeah,
but it's
mine's cheaper,
mine flies itself.
and mine I can actually fly.
I can fly mine.
Yeah, but it's weird.
No, not really. I mean, it's a matter of perspective.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's fine. You're just jealous you don't have one.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
And the
not really.
videos on that are amazing.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So,
So there you go. Thank you, rcbattery.com.
Yes, thank
As
you.
always, we appreciate it. You guys are awesome. For all of you listening and watching, go hit them up. They have amazing prices on great batteries and great service. Like,
Yeah, I've been super impressed. You saw the opening, very well boxed.
Oh, yeah.
They
They do-
do a great job. Each one is individually boxed, also inside of that, which makes it great for
Yeah.
packing and everything.
yeah, I've got a pile of bubble wrap on the floor now.
Yeah, they're so far they have been awesome, and their batteries have I'm still testing as best I can, and I'm getting better at testing. But so far, their batteries have been very well performing. They have
And
performed very well.
everyone that I've talked to, like on RC groups and in the comments, Scott Page, thank you, sir. He's a big time RC dude, and he's all over the forums.
Yeah.
I've actually followed him for a bit. But he commented, and he said that he's done some intensive testing on his batteries that he's received, and he's loved them to death, and he's in the process of weeding out all his other batteries and converting them all to Liperior and Liperior Pro.
I mean, I don't have any other batteries.
Yeah. Well, and also so the airsoft batteries that they just put out,
Mhm.
they're long and skinny enough, and you can buy them in 1-cell, 2-cell, or nunchuck packs.
Okay.
So where it's individual cells in a Y harness
Yeah.
sort of thing. They're small and thin enough. I've been tempted to get a couple and put them in my Spirit because they're 1,200 milliamps,
Yeah.
2S. That would fly my Spirit for days, like longer than I could stand being on the hill.
Yeah, you could fly that until you were done.
If I checked, they're not short enough to go in my Gentle Lady, but if they were, I would.
Yes.
Because
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So that was our new products. You got to see our new products. Yeah. Stay tuned. We'll keep you updated on how we put them through, what paces we put them through.
Yeah,
That's how
how
I'll
the
put that.
testing goes. How impressed we are with everything. In fact, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna play with this thing right now.
Yeah, do it. Okay. Yeah, let's look at these.
I'm gonna just break out. You got some open there. Let's go ahead and take a look. So this guy, as I talk into the microphone. Now, does it matter which key goes
Yes,
where?
absolutely.
I
Okay,
figured it
before you do
did.
anything, if you look at the back,
Okay, looking at the back, there's a
hang
button.
on, give me just a sec. I need to change something on the camera.
And you may want to stop it and start it again since you're adjusting anyway. Okay.
Okay, so if you look at the back of these battery
Oh.
testers,
Yes, I see it.
it gives you instructions, and it also tells you which is the positive end and which is the negative end, and where you start from 1S up to 8S. So since you're holding what is that, a 5S?
Yeah.
That's a 4S.
This
5?
one here is the 4S. So I find the 4S, and I start there
No, that is where you'll end. So let me plug it in and show you.
like that.
So on all battery leads, you'll have a bunch of the same color or varying colors, and one of its own color.
Yeah.
That one's going to be your positive, I think. Okay, so weird. It's different than what I was expecting. So on the back of the battery, or on the back of the battery lead, you see these little guide pins?
Yeah.
They're right there. On the back of the balance lead, there are these little guide pins. You want that facing away from you so that you're staring at these blank things towards you. Hold the battery thing towards you. I always cover the beepers with my finger because they are loud. And you just plug them in starting on the left side. All cells. Oops. Nope, I did that. There it goes. Okay, so it reads 4 cells, all voltage 15, then first voltage, second. They're all at 3.8.
Yeah,
Third
they should
is
be.
3.83. Fourth is 3.80.
They should be about 40%. That's what they usually ship as.
Nominal voltage, which is 3.7. So, but 3.8 is right there. So that is how you use them. You hold the pins like that. Just plug it in.
Those are loud.
They're really loud. So, and I'll do the same for my 2200 3S here.
What is the button for?
That is, so if you click the button, it'll give you 3.3, 3.4, 3.5. That is your alarm voltage. Or you can just turn it off. You can go from 2.7 all the way up to 3.8, or you can just have it off so it will not alarm you. I like to have it at 3.2 or 3.3. So 3.2 volts per cell or 3.3 volts per cell. That's where I have my other one set, at least.
3.2 or 3.3?
Yeah.
Anyway.
So that's how those work.
Okay.
And again, there's instructions on the back.
Yeah.
They're super small and lightweight, easily fit in your field bag or in your battery bag or whatever.
Very nice, so you can take a look at what you're doing.
Yeah, they'll even fit in the fuselage of most planes that have room. Like, I've flown several planes with one of these in them. It's really nice because you can always feel when your battery's getting low because your throttle's not as responsive.
Yes.
Excuse me. But this, it'll actually tell you, and you're like, yeah, I can feel it. And so it kind of helps you learn if you need to. So those are really nice.
Yeah, super, super excited about these things. Like, I'm ready to take these home and play around with them.
Yep. All right. So, shall we move on then?
Yes. What is next? Oh, you have. So I didn't put anything down, but I do have the 2 Archer series. I have the Archer 6.
The SR6?
Yeah.
Or the R6?
R6, and then the GR6.
That's right. You were talking about those last time, I think.
So I have flown my glider with the GR6. So far, I like it. There's
Did you figure out the Vario?
No, not entirely. I figured out some parts of it. But that was right after we talked, and so I don't remember what I figured out. Because I kind of forgot. It's been a crazy week, and so I haven't been able to take it out and fly it too much. I've flown it a little bit, and with the 6 GR or the Archer GR6, and so far I'm impressed. I'm still learning all of the functionality of that GR6, so I haven't got everything programmed, but I've done some
Yeah.
things.
I
So
love my GR6. I actually moved it over to the Gentle Lady for some testing. We'll talk about later. But it's so nice. It's so much fun.
GR6 or the R6?
GR6.
You got one too?
Yeah, I got one for my birthday.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a sec.
Nice. Anyway, so that's pretty much. I have the 2 Archer R6s and then the 1 GR6. So I have, like I said, I've been really, I haven't taken the R6s out yet because,
Yeah.
I had to fix something, and then the weather got bad.
Yeah. While the rest of the world, the United States, is dealing with that polar vortex that decided to come down and go. Rawr.
Yeah.
Us here in Utah, we just kind of got sideswiped by it, so we've just got cold weather and dark skies.
Yeah, and wind.
Feel free to send any moisture you want our way. We really need it.
Yeah,
We've had rain and snow all weekend, which is great, but we are so lacking.
we could use some more. I mean, I wanted to go fly this weekend, especially since it was an extra long weekend, because we're filming on President's Day today.
Happy President's Day, George Washington.
And then, but I just didn't get out because I really wanted to take those out and see.
Yeah.
But so far, so good. Been really enjoying it. The glider, I will never be able to test these batteries out on that glider because I can literally fly all day long. Like, I flew for 40 minutes, and I went out at 80%. No, I went out at 90%, came in at 80%.
Shoot.
And I flew for 40 minutes.
You should have kept flying.
The wind picked up.
No, you should get more planes. I don't know what you're talking about.
I am working on that.
Yep. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and share what I've got. So as I just hinted to, it was my birthday recently.
Yeah.
I turned the whopping 32 because I'm an old man.
So
And my wife, being the loving, amazing person that she is, had no idea what to get me, which is totally fine because I go through things like mad. So she asked me what I wanted, and I gave her the links to the Archer R6 and the Archer SR6 because I want to put the SR6 in the F-16 and the Chaos Wing because it'll fly a Delta Wing.
oh, well.
And so I want the stabilization help and the R6 just because I need another receiver. So it's super nice. I've got them both registered to my transmitter, and I've got them both bound to random models for now. And then I also picked up the FreeSky AirLink S.
That's what I need.
S-Port AirLink S. You may or may not need to. So with the SR6, there's a couple ways you can go about.
Oh, doing the.
There's a couple ways you can go about setting it up.
Okay.
There is a Lewis script, a special code programmed onto your transmitter already. It's actually built in, like it's included in all the modern versions of OpenTX.
Okay.
That you can configure it straight on your radio, no extra things required. You just register it, go into the Lewis script, set it up.
Really?
I'm still trying to figure out exactly how that works because it's not all super clear.
Okay.
Or you can use
That guy.
the AirLink S, and you can connect it to your phone,
Yeah.
which I still can't get it to successfully do and work. It keeps on putting up error messages.
Okay.
I think it's something wrong with the app. Or you can connect it to your computer with this thing via USB. I can get the computer to recognize it, but it doesn't like reading or writing to the SR6.
Okay. So you're still learning.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Okay. So it's not simple out of the box plug and play.
No, it's like every other FreeSky product. It takes some tinkering to figure out.
Okay.
But still, I'm going to hang on to it because you can also use it to update receivers. If you can plug them into the computer, but honestly, it's easier to update through the radio. And I did some updates over the air because the Archer series have the over the air updates.
Yeah.
My word, that's the greatest thing ever.
Oh yeah.
You put the updated firmware onto the SD card in your radio.
Okay.
You connect to your receiver. You power it on. And you follow a series of steps that I don't remember right now because I didn't think about this. And you just tell it to update, and you choose the file, and it updates it wirelessly. You don't even have to pull it out of your model. Just have to power it on.
That's kind of cool.
It's super sweet.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so that's great. So I've got those. I'm still trying to figure out the AirLink S as I learn more and as I figure it out, I'll let you guys know.
Looking forward to it.
So there's that, and then I also got just the R6 because I need another receiver, and the R6 is lighter and only $2 more than the R4.
Yeah.
So
My R6 is bigger? I feel.
the GR6 is bigger than that.
Yeah, but I have two R6s, I thought.
You
Maybe I
probably
got
do.
two GR. I don't remember. I
Yeah,
haven't
I want another GR6 because I want a GR6 for my Gentle Lady and one for my Spirit.
because you want that stabilization.
No, the GR6 because I don't want to have to take out that glider.
Oh, yeah.
That receiver anytime I switch between the two, which will be anytime I go slope soaring.
Pretty much.
So those are my new products. Right now they're in my little bin until they are assigned models. Again, I'm going to put the SR6 in either the Chaos Wing and then the F-16, depending on which one gets done first. So that's what I've got that's new, I think. Oh, I did get one other thing.
Yeah.
This is the X-Acto miter box and razor saw.
For cutting at specific angles.
So standard miter box. It's got 45s in either direction as well as your straight 90s. The cool thing about this is it's got slots for your different sizes of bar stock, from 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch all the way up to
Oh, that's
a
cool.
1/4 of an inch. So you just drop your bar stock in there and it helps hold it in place.
That's cool.
The saw is kind of terrible though,
Okay.
because like there's no direction
Oh.
to the teeth. It's just triangle teeth on the edge of the
Yeah.
blade.
Doesn't
So
seem.
that's not great, but it still works well enough.
I mean, really, you'll go through those anyway.
Yeah.
But this is what you want. This is the key thing here.
Yeah.
Um.
So I'm really pleased with that. My parents also got me that for my birthday, along with the tripod that is currently viewing the table.
It's right there. You can't see it.
So yeah, that is the extent of my new products.
Yeah, you got more stuff than I did last time. But the previous time is when I got all my stuff. So and like I said, because of the bad weather that we've had, the outings have been limited.
Yeah.
I think I took my glider out once after we recorded last time.
Mm-hmm.
Had good time flying. Didn't crash it. It was great. I'm
Yay!
ready to take it out again. I've finished fixing the slow stick. I'm ready to take it out again. Shameless plugging. Thank you, rcbatteries.com.
No, happily plugging.
But so the slow stick is ready. It's done. I even put the 7. I got a 7-inch, an 8-inch, and a 9-inch blade.
A prop.
Yeah, and
Nice.
at different. I can't remember what the angle is. What that was referred to.
The pitch.
Yeah, the pitch. With each of them have a different pitch.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to take it out. I'm thinking this next time I'll take the tools so I can change out that prop, so I can see what the different.
You need to get
blades do.
yourself a dedicated field bag.
I really do.
Like mine is. Years ago, my dad gave me an old cheap skill
I have.
drill, and I've converted that to my field bag. It's got rubber bands for the Spirit, sticky tack if needed, props, lipo straps, tape. What else does it have? That's it, because that's the last time I flew was the.
You don't have tools in there.
No, I don't right now, but normally I would.
So I have
The last couple times I've gone flying, I've been flying foam board planes, so I haven't needed tools.
My foam board that I have that I can fly, or my foam plane. It's not foam board.
Needs
two
tools.
tools.
Yeah.
Needs tools.
Lowe's up the street, they have 12-inch tool totes.
I have some
5
bags.
Oh, there
I
you
have
go.
some bags already. I have stuff in those bags, but they're not anything that's being used yet. So
Oh, gotcha.
I could
You
convert.
could commandeer one.
I could convert 1 or 2 of those into my bag.
I recommend it. It's nice having everything, like all your stuff
In
that
one.
you need to fly, in one bag, and then your battery bag separate, of course.
Yeah.
So
And your airplane.
I forgot to turn on the microphone on that, but it's okay. We have 2 other backups.
Yes, we do.
That's going to be harder to sync up now. Dang it. I'll figure it out.
Sinking clap number 2.
But it's already been started and stopped a couple times. It doesn't matter.
I just thought it would be funny.
Yep, I'm making this hard on myself.
All right. So did you get out at all?
No.
Okay.
Well,
Just new stuff.
Oh, I did. So, excuse me. I do have one more new thing.
Ooh, one more new thing. Is it that?
Yeah. No.
Have you had that box bag?
Yeah, I've had this for a while. So I picked up some 500 milliamp 2S Liparier batteries
Okay.
during their because they had a super sale
Yeah,
going on.
yeah.
These were $3 each.
Oh, nice. How many did
You
you
know-
get?
4.
Oh, nice. Oh.
And they fit.
Oh, do they really?
They do. So I'll show you. So this is the one that I was worried about because it's got a flat
Uh-huh.
right above the battery
Where
bay,
the other
whereas the
one's
other
got
one's got tons of space.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so you open this bad boy up. I just need to change out some plugs. Slip this bad boy in.
You're gonna be able to drive those things forever.
Well, so the 300. So on the SR, this is my SCX24. This is the deadbolt.
Yeah.
On the 350 milliamp battery that it came with, it'll run for half hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah, which is
on low speed.
Which is amazing.
This will kick it up over an hour.
Yeah. So what you do is you charge them both. You run the first one, then you run that one and charge the other one, and then you get yourself close to 3 hours of play time.
No, what we need to do is now take these up in the mountains and go.
Oh,
trail.
go do some real rock crawling with them.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The rock crawling you have done is awesome. Like
Oh yeah.
those sets that you've been making have been really cool. If you haven't check out his Instagram.
Our Instagram.
Oh, you're doing on ours, not yours?
No, I don't hardly put anything on mine. So
Oh.
there's the regular 350 versus the 500.
Yeah. That's
Only a little thicker.
just
Footprint is just a little longer.
yeah. All in all, I would say it's about 5 to 8% bigger
Maybe, yeah. So, and what I need to do, so
all around.
this truck uses these tiny little battery plugs. Hang on, I'll find it. It uses the MCPX JST Ultra Micro battery plug.
So you got to get a converted.
Well, so what I want to do,
piece, right?
yeah. Well, so what I want to do is I also want to use these. The next Willy Nilly's kit I get will run off of a 2-cell 500.
So all you do is make a converted kit to convert from this
But I hate the JST plugs.
Oh,
So
well,
I'm not.
change the JSTs to your
So
your
I'm
30s.
cutting this off and changing it to XT30.
Yeah.
Then I'm cutting this. I'm going to cut this here, put an XT30 on the battery, and an XT30 on the other end of this this weird MCPX.
And use that as your converter.
Yes. So I will have XT30s on everything. I will have this little plug with its XT30 adapter constantly in the truck, so that way I can use any of my XT30 plugs.
Look at you.
I know. I just have to go through and actually do all soldering on 6 batteries.
Yeah. Remember, don't cut both wires at the same time.
Yep.
We learned that like on episode 2.
Yeah. So that's my plan with those. I'm really excited for it. Not that my boys need more time, like longer lasting batteries.
No, the batteries already outlast your boys.
Oh yeah, they do.
But that's for when we go.
Exactly. Which
Like-
we need to do. That'd be fun. Like even if we were go down to like the Jordan River Trail and just tinker around down there, that'd be amazing. Because there's tons of rocks and dirt and stuff and sticks. We'd have a good time. All right, so should we jump over to project updates really quick?
Yeah.
Do you have any project updates, or is this the project update?
This is the project update.
Okay, then I'm going to push yours to the
Oh,
side
okay.
for just a second.
You got yours first. Show. I'm excited to see yours too.
Okay, so I made a lot of progress on the Willy Nilly's Gentle Lady. So this here is the vertical stabilizer and the rudder. All I had to do is pop them out and glue these little caps on them. And then I also have the horizontal stabilizer and the rudder. Again, pop the little caps out and pop them out and glue these little caps on. Super simple. These just need a quick sand to round some corners and they're ready to be covered.
Did you write all that up? You've got all that because that's part of what you've been doing with the Gentle Lady, right?
Yeah, I haven't drawn these up yet. I need to. That is on my list. And then the next thing I did is the Gentle Lady fuselage is just about ready for covering.
Yeah, look at that. That looks nice.
So
How
what?
hard was it to get your
That actually wasn't too bad.
bend in there?
So I'll start at the front. So there are these 4 little blocks. Yep. 4 little blocks that were used to create this nose. I glued them together, then glued them on the front, then did a lot of sanding and shaping. Then the battery hatch is now there. You can see my Archer GR6 down there. I am running for the BEC. I'm running one of these Matex Systems micro BECs. So it's this tiny little micro SD card sized chip that'll convert, what is it, 2 to 8S down to 5 or 9 volts.
Oh,
So I've got one of those in there.
okay.
Then I've got 2 Emax ES 9051 5-gram servos. The battery, it's got plenty of room for my willy-nilly's 2S 350 milliamp battery that'll drop in there. I ordered those from Willy Nilly's when I got this kit. And then
You got the magnets in.
it snaps closed and holds itself very nicely. So I should be good. That putting the magnets in was an adventure.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
Then I've routed the control rods. They come through the rudder one. I put in a large Z-bend here, where right next to where the vertical stabilizer sits, and it'll run alongside that and connect up to the rudder. And then the elevator comes out the back through this little gap, and because if you look where the control horn for the elevator goes is centered on the elevator.
So it has to be centered on your
Exactly.
coming out.
So that'll come out right there. Running this through wasn't too bad. I just had to, I laid the top sheeting in place, determined where the vertical stabilizer would sit and where I wanted this to pop out. And then it was just a matter of cutting it and creating a Z-bend high enough to come out. So it wasn't too terrible. It went actually pretty smooth. And then I glued it. This was the last piece that needed gluing on after all that. And then I've sanded it so all the corners are nice and round and smooth. There's only 1 or 2 shallow spots that I need to get some balsa filler, like right here.
Okay.
Need to get some balsa filler putty
Yeah.
to fill that in, so it's nice, smooth, and covering goes over it nicely. But yeah, she's ready to go.
That is nice.
I'm really excited for it. But yeah, I do need to still draw up the pieces for the horizontal and vertical stabilizers, but that shouldn't be too bad. They're pretty straightforward.
This is really nice looking.
Thank you. I am very pleased. And it'll be nice because the 2 pegs that you see in front of and behind the servo tray, that is where you strap the wing on. I still need to glue those in place, but I'll be able to drop the rubber band in through the back, and then with the battery hatch open, I can pull it over and easily loop over the front without having to get my fat fingers in there and do weird things.
Yeah.
So that'll be really nice.
That's going to be really nice.
I am very pleased with how this build is going so far.
It is going really well.
I am I don't think there's much more I need to do to the fuselage before I'm comfortable moving on to building the wings.
Yeah.
So that should be one of the next. That'll be.
Are you going to wrap it before you build the wings?
I don't know yet.
You have lots of wrapping.
I have 5 sheets of Willy coat, and it only needs 2, maybe 3. Actually, this needs 3.
3. That wings included, though.
Yes, and I'm actually considering. So I have black and blue solid, and then I have transparent red, transparent yellow, and transparent blue. And the tail is going to be transparent. I'm not sure which color yet.
Okay.
But the wings, I'm thinking one wing tip is going to be one transparent color, probably blue.
Yeah.
The center section will be a transparent color, and then the other wing tip will be another color.
Okay.
I'm not sure the order of the colors, but that's the way I'm thinking of going.
Yeah, I think that'll look cool.
And the fuselage, I think we'll do solid blue, and the tail, I'm not sure yet.
This one, you only have the one wing, though, right?
Yes, I only have the one wing.
Okay.
I have considered ordering a second wing kit and making it
so you can have
so I can have dihedral instead of polyhedral, and then put ailerons on it.
Yep, yeah, because I remember we talked about that.
Oh, And Willy Nilly's is really close to releasing the power pod that you can strap above the wings.
Yeah.
They release their sound. They put out pictures of their vacuum formed pieces.
And it looks nice.
It looks so nice. It's like it's probably it's gonna be less than $10, I bet. No more than 15, just for the power pod housing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally getting one, because that'll be amazing.
Awesome.
All right, your project update. Should
So-
I clear some space?
So yeah, we probably need some space
All right.
because I have my tiny trainer that we built a small portion of it last time.
Yes. All right.
And
Let me get a glue gun.
I brought one, but we can use yours.
We don't have to use mine. I just have it right here.
Yeah.
And I have the big glue sticks. Remember?
Yeah. So, but I've been super worried because I keep where it's sitting and everything. I need to get it built so I can start storing it better, and so I can get it out and fly it before I destroy it. Because there's nothing worse than not ever getting it, flying it because you didn't build it.
It's true. All right, then what do you say? Oh, what should we start with?
I really don't care.
Let's start with the main fuselage section. So we'll take this top sheet, set the rest of these, have Steven set the rest of these aside. So here, go ahead and take this, set it aside.
The other thing I need to do is I still need to tape that, but I brought my tape.
Yes.
When it comes to the build, this build particular, I've done nothing for it. So, but with this, if I remember right, I just need to tape that piece like that, and then
Yeah,
to
from
there.
one side around the front to the other, and then from the bottom up the front. Yep,
yeah. So
that's pretty straightforward.
yeah,
Do your best to not put much in the way of tape inside the pod, just because it's harder to cut and fit.
well, and that's what I was trying to figure out. I was going to
Have it wrapped to the bottom.
wrap to the bottom.
Yeah.
And start on one end.
Yep. So just tear yourself off a 4-inch piece. Yeah, that's good, because we can cut off the excess. Center it on the front.
Like that.
Yes.
Like that.
Yeah.
See, cannot think and do. That's not very centered, but
That's okay. It's not. Doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, these foam board planes fly because you can have quite a bit of slop in RC airplanes and they still work. So, and then what we'll do is we'll take our handy razor knife, go ahead and cut up from the corners so that we can
Fold them in.
the tape down and onto the bottom.
okay, that's what I thought. And that's one thing I was going to ask you about before I put the tape on, but then I didn't ever do anything, and so I never asked you.
Epic fail.
Really? I mean, I guess. I've been super busy with things that are not nearly as fun. But I'm also super terrified on my first build to do anything by myself. I'm not going to lie.
That's fair. All right, so go ahead and
Fold that in probably first.
so let's pull the outsides, Art. So go ahead and fold the bottom down. It doesn't really matter which way. This just adds some structural integrity to the whole thing. Yep, go ahead and wrap the side around. It's okay if it wraps around the front a bit. And then let's cut off that tail.
I can still cut that off.
Yep. Here, I'll go ahead and cut it. We'll cut off this excess because
It's not necessary,
not at all.
but that should be...
So the point of the tape is just to add a little bit of reinforcement to the firewall.
Yeah.
That way you have more than just the hot glue holding it on when your little APAC motor goes tearing at it.
When it's...
Yeah, because those little APAC motors are surprisingly powerful.
Yeah.
All right, let's cut out your fuselage. We don't want to cut out the wing first yet, so let's actually separate the two. So go ahead and finish splitting it down the middle. on the fold of the sheet. Get the bottom too.
Ugh.
Okay, take the wing. I'm going to break off part of that blade because that's surprisingly terrible.
It might be time to do that. That's the nice thing about those type of blades, and that's why you get those types. So you just take off the tip, and you're sharp again.
Yep, brand new blade, so long as I didn't gunk up the end of it. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to cut out. So there's this little brace piece we don't want to lose.
Yeah.
But then we have the main body of the fuselage. Now, all configurations of this plane will use this fuselage.
Yes. So
let's
I
go
only
ahead.
have the one single fuselage, even though I have two wings
And two noses.
and two noses.
Yep, they all mount to this.
Yes.
So go ahead and break that or pop that loose.
Do you think I'm going to have to use the blade on here? Maybe.
I would, just to be safe so you don't peel paper.
That.
If you need to, you could look at the back side and cut it from there because you can see where it's still connected. If that made any sense. Helicopter. And then we're going to save that because
Pieces that we'll need.
it's got a piece in it, and scrap foam is always nice to have.
Definitely.
So again, so you see we have all these light lines. Those are our score cuts. So what we need to do is just cut through the paper and partway through the foam where all these light lines are. Like these ones, we don't need to because this is where your servos mount up.
Okay. So these are all what they call B fold.
Yes, where these will go beside the bottom.
Right?
Yes, I'm trying to remember. Oh, okay. So this little block section here, we can cut that out because this is an access hatch, and these pieces are these are guides for your control. Oh, that's what these are. Okay. So these two little blocks with these center lines,
Yes.
these get glued here in these squares, and those are your guides for your control rods.
Oh, because they're on the sides.
Yes, because you also have
access.
Yeah, that's your access point. Because you also have these coffee stirring straws.
Yes.
You'll cut them and glue them into these slots, and that is what will feed the control rod.
Very
so
cool.
let's go ahead and cut that block out. Okay, so and then again, cut those little blocks out of there. We will need those.
This is where a body mic would be awesome.
Lavalier mics, yeah, but they're expensive. And who needs lavalier mics when you can just fast forward? All right, so you can see these little blocks. And they have these scores right here from the laser. We'll cut those out down to the paper on the other side. And then we can take a coffee stirring straw, feed it in there, and that'll be the guide for our tiny control rods.
This here is more extra.
That is just, that's scrap. So let's go ahead and cut these center bits out.
To the second paper?
Yes, through the paper and the foam. And again, once you just have to cut part way through, and then you can break it the rest of the way and peel that little piece out. That'll be perfect for what we need.
Yep.
We'll go ahead and set that to the side.
Garbage over there.
You do too. It's behind you.
Hey, look at that. I got garbage back there.
Okay.
All right.
So we won't glue those on yet, but they will go here.
Yes.
And we will cut coffee straws to go in there as well. So when you're looking at this, there's the block where these will mount on.
Yeah.
They'll go on like this. There's these slots. That is where your control rod pops out of the fuselage.
Okay.
This little cutaway at the bottom here, go ahead and set that off to the side. This little cutout and this little horseshoe shape, that is so that your rudder control horn has room and it won't sit there and squish against the body. So we can cut this little horseshoe out. That is what that's for.
Perfect.
And then by default, your elevator is going to come out the other side.
Yeah.
This is the access hatch to access your servos and such, because your wing sits on top of that, because this is the top of the fuselage. This is the bottom of the fuselage. This little hole, we cut this out as well because that is your finger throwing hole if you're using just as a basic chuck glider, or actually it works as a really good launching hole as a powered glider as well. You just put your finger in and meh. So we can leave that in or take it out right now, whatever you want to do.
I don't think it's a big deal either way.
Exactly.
So
we'll go ahead and leave it in for now. But now what we need to do is cut all these scores through the foam so that we can break the foam away down to bare paper.
Okay. All right.
All right, so we've got everything cut through the foam and through the first layer of paper and through the foam. Now we need to go through, crack it all,
and pull out the centerpieces.
And pull out the centerpieces. So go ahead and crack that. That one wants to crack in 2 different ways. That's fine. And this edge one's always the weird one. So we'll go ahead and crack that all the way down. If you sometimes these are hard to hold, so you take them to the edge of the table and use that to help you support the backside.
Yeah.
As you crack them, and then once you crack them down, the foam just comes
off pretty easy.
Yeah. Flitetest did a good job when they were choosing what foam board they wanted to use. So you go ahead and take the rest off. I'm gonna make you build your own plane. So this one right here, since it's in the middle, you can just fold it over like this and then start peeling it.
Oh, okay.
That way you don't have to fight with the other end. Yep, just get your thumbnail in there and start pulling.
And so, oh my gosh,
it's okay. It'll feel hard, but it'll still come out. I know you're nervous.
I'm nervous, yes, to say the least. I mean, I'm just barely getting to the point where every time I fly, I don't completely kill my plane.
That's huge. That is huge.
So, I'm terrified that this build is going to be, I'm going to completely destroy my plane before I even get it out.
That's what hot glue and tape are for.
Which is actually the nice thing about this.
We're having so much trouble with that.
I really am. I started.
So here, let's set it down.
I started on the other end.
And just use your fingers and just claw it off.
It's kind of what I was doing.
I know, but it's easier when you've got it supported. All right, so that's all kind of gunky, my word. So I'm going to take the back of a knife.
Or your cool little sanders that we talked about.
Yeah, that one I even cut down to a square end.
Yeah.
Just to kind of clean up the paper here a little bit. All right.
Halfway done. Almost.
On to the next one.
I'll start from this end.
Yes, that's why I gave it to you.
I don't know why I have such a hard time with this stuff. It is my first time, so.
I think it's just you're intimidated.
Probably. Oh, my gosh, I'm doing a garbage job here.
Well, and sometimes it's you, and sometimes it's just that the stuff is really stuck on. Sometimes the glue is really good.
I'm glad that you're seeing that this is not 100% me.
No, because the same thing happens to me. Fine, I'll get in here.
So for you,
Wow, that's dirty.
for those of you who are listening, this will be Derek will clean it up.
Yeah, it'll.
This will sound great. You
It'll
guys
sound and
already
look-
think this sounds great.
That's probably debatable.
Well, no, because they'll be listening to it now,
Yeah,
and so it'll be great for them. It's just not great for us.
yeah.
The
It'll
power of
be much shor-
editing.
It'll be much shorter when I'm done with it.
That's true.
Less boring.
Well, boring for the listeners. Viewing, like you can do a bunch of fun stuff for viewers
Yeah,
that that the listeners can't really participate in, because if you do a fun little quick speed montage or something, like there's no way to make that sound good. I mean, you can make it
I can
sound
just
good.
add some awesome music.
Yeah, but then they just have to quietly listen to that 30-second to a minute of quiet music. So it's not
No, awesome music, not quiet music.
that music. That hopefully we won't get another copyright strike again.
That's just been on our intro.
I know, the last couple times. It's like someone forgot to read their own user agreement.
Right? Yeah. Okay, so now what we're going to do, since these need to go in before we form the fuselage, we're going to glue them in place.
So how do you,
Hmm.
how do you know how much? Do you just put it just the length of that, or do you do, like, you just do the length of the square, right?
Yeah, I'm just going to do the length of the square and maybe an extra eighth of an inch.
Just a tiny bit on each side, maybe.
So honestly, all we need to do is we'll take the glue gun, we'll blurb in a blurb of glue.
You'll
Oops, thank you.
you'll blurb in a blurb of glue.
Yeah, and we'll just set it down here and hold it in place, and then if you want to put glue in the next one, we'll just add it on and we can cut it with scissors. Even strings all over the place. Yep, go ahead and set that down and hold it flat and all that good stuff.
Fortunately for hot glue, it sets up relatively quick.
Yeah.
Especially if your workspace is cold. This workspace is not really that chilly, but
It's cold enough.
yeah.
All right, go ahead and cut it off to what it really isn't. Like the smallest you can go is the block. So however big you want to make it.
How much of the straw do we need?
Not much. We need what's in the block.
Got it.
Like I don't remember what else the straw is used for.
Well, there's like
now.
6 of them in there.
Yeah, it's not used for much else.
That one went straight down.
So we'll save the big scrap for sure.
Yeah, I don't know where the little scrap went.
So
When you vacuum, you'll find it,
exactly.
or the vacuum will find it.
I'll just trim these to the blade width of my scissors. All right, and then these go
Upside down, right there.
face down in these little blocks, of course, with the straws in line of the fuselage.
Yeah, that's the part.
That's the easy part. If you can't point that in the right direction, you should not be flying. Go ahead and smear down some glue inside that square. Just doesn't need to be a lot. So once you get that, that's more than enough. We'll go and place that and just kind of push. I'm trying to line it up in line with where the servo comes out of the fuselage, just to prevent more stress than necessary on the control wad.
Yeah, I understand.
So yeah, do that next one. Plant that one down.
So, um,
Hmm.
so far, not terrible, but I am definitely glad.
It's because this is the easy part.
Well, no, I mean in general, like I'm definitely glad you've done one before because I would probably end up watching that YouTube channel like 12,000 times by
Oh yeah.
myself.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's the idea is you watch it with them and you watch a bit, do it, pause, or
Watch.
watch it, pause, do a bit, watch it, pause, do a
Yeah,
bit. That's
that's exactly.
that's what they're designed for.
Yeah, and that's exactly how I would be doing this. I mean, the video is an hour.
Like an hour and a half.
Yeah, but it would probably take me 6 hours or 12 or 15. I'm not sure, but a lot. So, now,
So next step, we form up the fuselage.
okay.
Sorry, you were going to say something.
Nope, I wasn't.
Sure.
So,
Okay. So this is the top. This is the bottom of the fuselage. This is the top. Since the top has the two sides to it, we will form up the sides first. We won't do the back half, just the forward half. So from these lines forward.
okay, and then
And
where's
we'll
your
just do
square thing?
one side at a time. Yeah. So grab my aluminum blocks. We'll just do one side at a time. Make it easier on ourselves. Since it's a B fold, we want the glue going in against the top piece rather than the
We
side
need
piece.
to clean those up a little bit more.
No, they're fine.
Okay.
So again, from here to there, and from there to there. Nice healthy bead. That's good. Doesn't have to be Uber's amounts. Just yep. Yeah, that's plenty. Gather some strings. Right to there. Perfect. And we'll take this and we'll fold it up, and we will be folding into these in just a bit.
And we just hold it.
Yep. Just hold it against our a square. I like having these aluminum blocks because they're square.
They're really nice. And here's what's really, really nice is the kit does come with a square.
Yeah, they cut out, they laser cut you a right angled piece,
Yes.
which is really nice.
So if you don't have these or a friend with these when you're building this
Or if you don't have like a $2 plastic triangle
with a square,
with a square edge.
it does come with one. So it does come with most everything you need.
Yep. All right, that's done.
Yep. So same thing on the other side.
Hang on, we glued it to the table. This front end. Hang on. Don't. Yep. Here, let me get my knife in there. Yep, there you go. So beware of that. You don't want to over
I had
spread your glue.
something that I didn't I didn't remember until just now is part of the thing is he says don't put it right next to the edge.
Yep, and I forgot that as well. So again, you're going to put glue down this one corner that's between the paper and the top sheeting. There you go, right there. Just there.
Okay, that time I did a wee bit better.
Yep. Let's go ahead and set it down, fold it up. And again, we'll hold in place.
Yeah. And one thing that I remember also is it's like just take your time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no need to rush it. That's why my willy-nilly's gentle lady has taken me months.
Yes.
Because I'm just taking it slow, making sure you do it right.
And like
once you're experienced, you can go through these quick.
well, and foam is way more forgiving than balsa.
And yeah, balsa and CA glue is not forgiving at all.
No, how much of your skin is still on you is part of your plane?
No, I haven't glued any skin to my plane. I've just glued my plane to my skin, and then I just have glue on my fingers. All right, so this is done. So before we go any further, there are a couple scores in here to help fold the sides of the fuselage into the tail.
Yeah.
I forgot to have a score of those, and there's also one on the top. We're going to go real quick with a knife and just cut through the foam and the paper to make it easier to fold.
Oh, yes, yes. In fact, I think I remember them saying that to make it a little easier, you would trim a little bit off, but we did not do that, and that's fine.
Well, and we can honestly take a barbecue skewer and run the pointed tip of that through that groove, and that'll make it easier to fold.
To make it a little wider. Yeah. Which is part of that, to widen that up and make it that fold a little easier to fold.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and grab one of the barbecue skewers out of the
kit.
And there's a pointed end on it. So we'll go ahead and take that pointed end and run it through that groove that I just cut.
Yep.
That'll make that easy to fold.
And that's all it takes, just a tiny bit.
And then we can crack it back and make sure that it's open. And now it'll easily fold in as much as we need it to, which is not a whole lot.
No, we don't need a terrible amount,
No.
because you can see it's a very small angle that we're doing it.
Yep. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue the top of the fuselage on. Or, excuse me, this is now the bottom.
Yeah.
So we need a bead of glue against this bottom sheeting, so right here, and then in that corner over there. No, this one right here. Yep. Yes.
As I don't talk into the microphone.
Exactly. And once we're done building this fuselage, we'll call it there for the night. And then we'll probably finish the plane on our own time later on, because won't continually bore you guys. Though I'm not going to lie, I do love a good build video on YouTube.
I was going to say, unless you guys are interested in seeing this.
So go ahead and lay it down on its top, or excuse me, on its bottom.
Now put it where it's supposed to be.
Yep. Okay, go ahead and make sure that we didn't just glue ourselves to the table. Oh, I'm not worried about it being square. At this point, the chances of it out of squaring itself are pretty slim.
Just leave that for a second longer. So, but if you are interested in seeing more of the build beyond this one here, just let us know, and we can do that. All right. I mean, we're not opposed to doing it. We just want to make sure that you guys are interested in what's going on. Next time, for sure, I'm super excited to have more information on kind of what I've seen with the new batteries we've got. Hopefully, we'll get some nice weather. I'll be able to get the slow stick out a little bit and have some more flying. Oh, I still have some editing to do for my last flying time with the glider.
Yeah.
Haven't done that yet.
All right, so let's glue the back end. So you're going to run glue down this bottom sheet, down this corners in the bottom sheeting, and we'll glue the sides in place. Then we'll run glue on the top sheeting. I actually have this all backwards.
Yes.
And then we'll glue that in place. So go ahead and got it spread eagle here on the table for you. We could honestly do one side at a time, but it's all right. So go ahead and run that second side. There you go. Go ahead and make sure it's all pressed down and such.
Yeah, and so this is some of the stuff that I was pretty terrified about, is just not, I mean, just being my first time and everything, just, yeah, terrified that I would do it wrong and have to buy more parts.
Yeah. All right. All right. So now we just need to run glue down these corners,
And that'll
and we can
be
fold the top in, and that'll be
the last part of this build.
the last part of what we're going to do tonight.
Yep.
And thankfully, there's still plenty of room. Like, if you're worried that we're not getting the control rods in, we'll still be able to feed them in and get them through those slots and everything. It won't be a problem at all. That is actually the next thing we'll do after. That's the next step in the build. Go ahead and fold that over. Squish it on there nice and flat. Torch your fingers a little bit on the hot glue. You're good to go.
So, again,
You thoroughly intimidated?
I mean, yeah, still. Nice thing is you're
Do you
here to
Do you
watch
feel
me.
better about it, though?
I do. And the nice thing is, like I said, you're here to watch me screw it up. So you can say, oh, okay, now we'll fix it. So,
Yep. So you've got the top of your battery. You've got the top of the hatch. That's where your wing will end up sitting. You've got places where your barbecue screws will go through for you to rubber band your wing in place. Your nose will slip over here. Your servos will be mounted just in here. Your battery will go in through. That'll actually sit out about here. Yeah.
oh, because the nose.
Yep.
This,
Because the nose
this
goes
actually
on.
goes in the nose.
Exactly. And then your vertical stabilizer will sit in this little slot that we can cut out later, and the horizontal stabilizer will sit under the bottom here.
Yep.
But there it is. There's your basic fuselage for the Flitetest Tiny Trainer.
I mean, all in all, actually wasn't too bad. I was super, super intimidated by doing this. But all in all, not that bad. Like I said, I am super impressed with the way Flitetest has been building and developing their kits. Like, this is not that bad. And coming from, I'm not a builder.
No.
Like, I have built things, but when
You've built electronic things.
well, and I love
Arduino kits and robots.
Yeah, and I love Legos, but that's a different type of building.
Yeah.
This kind of building is kind of always a little been I've been a little afraid of. I built a balsa wood plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was younger. I built balsa things when I was younger, but they were punch out kits.
Yeah.
You know, like you just
Where an A goes to B and B goes to C.
Yeah, I mean,
rather than folding pieces together.
exactly. But I mean, the one was pretty big model plane.
Yeah.
I mean, it was probably an 18-inch model plane.
Nice.
But it wasn't just a model. It wasn't a flyer. I don't even know what happened to that years and years and years ago.
You probably squished it or burned it at some point.
I'm sure it got destroyed somewhere. I moved a bunch of times. So,
there you go. Don't squish that.
yeah, now I got to find a place to put this. I think I got a place for it. But
Yep.
anyway, that's
Is that it for our?
I think that's all we
Our
have right
ramblings?
now. Looking at our notes, because that's
That's the it. Okay.
that's it.
Any beginner tips you've pulled from this build?
I still think I my biggest thing of my beginner tips is, like, yes, you can do this by yourself, and yes, YouTube will teach you,
That's where I've learned most of it.
but
I've learned a little bit from my father-in-law. He's the one that got me started, but YouTube is where most of it's come from.
I think, and with what I've seen and just experience and stuff, it's like having a friend that does this is, I think, what you want to shoot for.
It
Because,
definitely makes it easier.
like, even when I was watching, they were out flying these planes, the Tiny Trainer family, they were, they were doing training. What is that? Where you have
The buddy box?
yeah, they were
with
doing
the
a
trainer
buddy
system.
the trainer system. They had that going, so they
I figured out how to set up trainer mode on our transmitters. Because ours will do wireless trainers.
yeah,
I figured out how to set that up super easy.
that's cool.
So when you do your maiden flight of the Tiny Trainer, we can set that up.
So you can
So I can save you.
save me from
So I can
crashing.
help you.
crashing.
Because I think what we should do is we'll set it up so that mine is the slave and yours is the master.
Okay.
And I will hold yours and you'll hold mine.
Okay.
And then, so I will get it up in the air and go in and all that.
Yeah.
And then let you take over once it's in the air. The memory card is full, so you can no longer see me. It just said that a thing just popped up saying memory card is full.
So Derek just went away.
It's okay. They can see me over here.
By the magic of editing, he's back.
So much closer and in person. So yeah, we can set up your transmitter as the master and mine as the slave.
Yeah.
And I'll hold yours, you'll hold mine. And then I can get it up in the air. And I'll pass it off to you. You can fly it about. And then when we need to land, I can help land it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then once you're comfortable with flying it, we'll switch it around.
Okay.
And then you can.
I just fly.
Yeah. Well, we won't even need to switch transmitters, but I'll just you'll take it off and stuff.
Yeah.
So it'll be super easy. We'll make sure that you're as successful as we can. I've got several 500 3S batteries, a couple from rcbattery.com and a couple that I bought previously. So we'll be able to, we'll get some good flight times in.
Yep. I'm super excited. It will probably be a month or two before we actually get to that point.
Yeah.
But I might, depending on how busy I am. I've been super, super busy, so I haven't had time to build anything. But if I do, I will invite you over.
Yeah, for sure.
But we may not record it. We'll just let you know. If you guys are interested in seeing more of the build, please let us know. And we'll share more. But otherwise, I'll probably try to do some of this off camera.
Yeah.
And because I don't need to do a tutorial because there's a great one already out there.
Yeah.
This is basically me telling you how wonderful this is and how nice it is, what they've done with their system so far.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm doing here. I'm just showing you how easy it is, even for a brand new noob like me, that you can do this. So,
oh yeah.
Other than that, I really don't have a beginner tip.
No. We'll go ahead and wrap it up there. We've kept you guys long enough. We appreciate you coming and hanging out as always.
Yep.
Don't forget to hit up our sponsor, rcbattery.com.
Check out their stuff. They got some amazing batteries so far.
I am so excited to do stuff with these. Like, this is going to be great.
Yeah. Gonna get this stuff out. You got to finish your quad so you can take that one out.
I've got to finish so many things.
But I'm looking.
The list is long.
Looking forward to taking these out and just abusing the heck out of them to see what they do.
Yeah.
Like that's what I want to do. I want to take it out. So I'm excited to do that. And
with that,
remember, when flying inverted, up is down, down is expensive. RPM is how hard you hit the ground, and torque is how far you have to dig to get it out.
See you guys.